Well, I don't know what all the fuss is about. These clutch changes are dead hard, no access. That looks quite accessible to me. I jest, obviously. So this is the new flywheel. Dual mass flywheel, to be exact. Costs a pretty penny, I have to say. Now, some people did suggest, oh, I should have just changed the clutch plate and left the DMF that was on there already, but for me, it would have been definitely a cheap way of doing it, for sure. But yeah, at least now it's going to be done for a very, 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 very long time, which is good news. So let's get out of the box and get it installed. So that's all 6 bolts in. Now I need to check the torque specs because I have watched the video that Bryn kindly put up, but that was a while ago now, so I need to watch it again. But I do know you need to get it tightened up, and then you have to do a 90-degree extra turn to make sure that's firmly on there. So I'll look it up. And in the next box we have the clutch and pressure plate, and also a nice shiny new thrust bearing, and of course that's part of the look kit as well. Yeah, that's all right. And of course I get to try out my new tool, see if it works. Now that is a shiny clutch. So clutch alignment tool's in. I think it's done right. So you tighten that in, and then it holds it in place, and then you undo it to get it off. So get these bolts done up now. Oh, I'd call that a good job. Nice and straight. That tool's only £7. Yeah, that's bang in the middle of that. I'm happy with that. Hello and welcome to the channel and the latest installment on the Angry Canary. If you are new to the series, if you check the description down below, there will be links for all the previous episodes, and then you can catch up and then come back to here. So moving on, I've done the time cam belt. I think it's right, not sure, but yeah, I've tried messing with it a few times, and I think it's at top dead center now, which again we'll cover off as we're going through the video. So now it's just prepping the engine bay area, just making sure that everything's buttoned up in here before I try and put the engine and gearbox back in here, or in here for the first time, depending which way around you look at it. So let's get to getting the hoist out and then connecting it to the engine and gearbox, and then we'll make an attempt to put in there. But first I need to put the downpipe on before I do anything, because the last thing I want to be doing is having to lift the engine back out because I can't get the downpipe in. So on with it. So we've got the engine on the hoist. I've ended up putting the downpipe in there first, because while that's still hanging, I'll just bring the engine in and then try and connect the exhaust up before I try and line these mounts up on the other side. I did have to twist the engine a little bit to make sure that when I lifted it, it was facing the right way. So I'm going to crack on with trying to get this put in now. So I've just been underneath the car, because there's the exhaust downpipe, and I need to get that ideally connected now to the back of the engine. Get some light on the matter. There you go. So there's a downpipe. I think that's the right way. So I'll put a marker on that side there, so I know that that needs to go into the top of there. And once I've done that, then I can get these lined up. That's not far away, which I'm quite happy with, quite pleased with. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the gasket on that and then get that downpipe bolted on. So it has gone dark. So my next idea is going to be jacking up the gearbox, because I did get the gearbox mount lined up, but yeah, it wasn't bolting on properly. So I'm going to try jacking up the gearbox, because the engine side, yeah, has the mount point there, and then I think that downpipe should still be connected, which it is, which is good, because I've got 2 bolts holding that in. But I can't down tools, even though it's dark now, because obviously I can't leave this like this. So hopefully by jacking it up, it'll help massively line up the engine and gearbox, because at the moment it's on a slant. So that's gearbox side done, and I'll see if we line up the engine side. And some jacking action. See how far off we get. Oh, that's pretty close, isn't it? Can I give that a little kick? Yep, I can. There we go. See if them holes are in. See the ball holes? Or not? There we go. Yeah, it's a tiny little movement. That should do it. So look. See that one? Focus. There's screwdriver. So I've taken the weight off the hoist now. And yeah, that engine's freestanding. Mounts are bolted in. I'll double check the one on that side there. You can see they're sticking up a little bit. But the one at the back's tight, but that'll do for now. It's in. It's got at least 3 solid bolts holding it in. So yes, finish off tomorrow. So clutch line back in. Push that pin down. Voila. Nope. No, it's not. Try again. There we go. Now it's in. Right. That's an obvious one. Give it a yank. Yeah, let's find that. Alright, so just run the ECU cable. There it goes. That goes onto that. So get that tucked in. So I'm looking at this wiring and thinking, what the hell is this? So this one is connected to the engine. So Audi at least done me a grand favour there, because all of that's all still plugged in. I didn't even notice before. So this cable here has got all the radiator wiring. So I just need to take that off, and then I can just undo this here and just plug that one in. Well, that saved me a right job. Off. Just cut that clip. Job done. So I just need to tighten them nuts up on the downpipe. While I'm under here, I need to get that on properly as well, to be fair. But the downpipe's the right way, and the exhaust ends up facing correct, so that's good news for me. So I've removed the other set of clocks now, so now I'll put the new set in. Should go with this engine. And there is the ECU, and it clearly states on it ARY 180, so it's got to be for this engine, right? So we'll get that plugged in. And that is one ECU in place. Unlike last time, it didn't even have an ECU. So ECU is plugged in. Battery's in the holder. That's only got a couple of bolts holding that in. So what have I got left to do? Clock's in, key swap. As the clock's in, do you know what? I don't even know what mileage that's going to show up with. From whatever car it came from. So last thing to do is swap this key fob for the one that matches the ECU and the clocks, and then hopefully that should work. So I'm going to run power from the trusty V6, see if that helps. I'll get you guys set up at the front. So the engine does turn over, it's not starting. I think that might be water that's got in. Because I thought I covered it up properly, but obviously I hadn't. So get that drained out, get it cleaned up. So yeah, just a case of try some spark plugs, try some coil packs, see what that does, because it's turning over. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Massive progress on the old Angry Canary. Didn't end the way I wanted it to today. I was hoping it would fire up the first time, but I should be so lucky. So yes, so I shall get those parts sorted. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.